is Mark and Charity Mornings.
Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast. And when you clicked on it, you would have seen the number 50. 50th podcast.
Happy anniversary.
Happy 50 podcast.
I know. So silver, right? 50 is silver or gold?
It's gold.
25 is silver. So
Yeah.
gold.
It's gold.
Ooh, even better.
I'm going to go check the stocking and see what you got me for our 50th podcast. Here's what we've got for you today. The top 10 worst Christmas candies. And we're looking at you, reindeer corn.
Oh, if it's anything, I got to Google it because if it's anything like candy corn,
Yeah.
it's just wrong.
We'll be unveiling tomorrow's Throwback Thursday songs, which
Oh,
has
speaking
brought on
of wrong.
its own controversy on the show this morning. But right off the top in Belleville, the number one story is the lineup on College Street for those who are getting tested for COVID-19 due to some recent outbreaks,
Yes.
possibly people going south, and the fact that it is starting to show up in schools. I want to get children tested. But why the long lineup? People are not making appointments.
Numbers have been creeping up the last couple of weeks, province-wide, provincially. Here locally, yes, as you mentioned, there have been a couple of outbreaks. So I kind of question maybe that's more than traveling because people are just worried or they were at these specific places and now just want to get tested, but they're not making appointments. And that is key. And the clinics here in Belleville have said the volume has gone up to 400 per day. So when you have that many people wanting to get tested, yeah, without an appointment, it's just congestion. And the street that we saw yesterday where the pictures were taken was College Street, and they took an old school, which they've now changed into or moved into one
Quinny
of their
Secondary School.
Quinny Secondary is now a testing center. And the cars were lined up down the street. And as you pointed out this morning, they're lined up down the street because they can't get in the parking lot. And the parking lot weaves around and turns around the school. And so if that's full,
Yeah.
and now they're lined up down the street, yeah, I believe that the volume has gone up that much.
I think the math might be if there's a car parked on the road, I think the parking lot would hold 80 to 90
Would
cars
it?
before you get there because it
Is it that
winds.
big?
Yeah, and it's not a straight line either. When
No.
you get to the back, it sort of starts a whole new weather.
Okay,
It's
I've
like
never been behind the school, so I
like
didn't
a
know.
Canada's Wonderland roller coaster thing, right? Where you're just you
just
don't know
keep-
where
you're
the line.
going
You
this
just
way
keep
and that
going
and around.
in this line. I bet you would be 70 or 80, maybe 90
It
vehicles.
was pretty incredible, the pictures
Yeah.
that cropped up on inquinty.ca and the story around the testing center and getting your appointment. There are links there too that you can go to, and if you still need to get tested, they'll get back to you within 24 or 48 hours. So it is going to take a couple of days possibly for you to get your appointment, but at least then you'll have an appointment and not everybody
Yeah.
will show up at the same time and there won't be such congestion.
We were taking a look at the numbers too. Province-wide, 900 some odd cases.
Not as high as the weekend, but yeah, I want to say 960
Yeah.
yesterday.
87% of adults in the province have been vaccinated.
Twice.
Twice have the
90% have their first one, have
Right.
at least one. And close to that in the 80s have
Right.
gotten double vaxxed.
So they broke down the number and they say roughly half of those 900 cases are among the vaccinated, half are among the unvaccinated. So again, if it was an even split, 90% of the cases should be with the vaccinated. So it's sort of showing that it's still important to make sure you get your shot.
I think we all know that.
Yeah, to-
and now
to
people are
make
getting
sure.
their boosters just
right.
to increase their, I guess, their chances of faring this well or better overall, and getting the kids vaccinated too. That's another big one
Yep.
over the next little while. Now
then-
they've opened up the ages 5 to 11. So
Omicron has raised its head in London because of people who have just traveled back from Nigeria. So it's making its way into Ontario as well. Although it's not really showing up, they said still mostly Delta variant.
yes,
Omicron really hasn't made an effect, and let's hoping it doesn't,
but we are still seeing
Yeah.
a few cases here in the province. So we all have to be careful, do our part, wear our masks, wash our hands, and if need be, get tested. But make an appointment.
Make an appointment.
before you go.
Inquinty.ca
Oh.
gives you all the links you need
Yes.
to make
do
sure
that.
you go and do that. So also this morning we talked about the worst holiday candy.
And it is like candy corn. It's just different colors. Reindeer
Right.
corn is candy corn, but red, green,
So that's
and white.
it.
It's
Okay.
right here. I
All
can
right.
see it.
Good.
So yes,
Okay.
it deserves to be on that list.
Reindeer corn, you are fooling nobody.
I am on to you.
Yep. You're candy corn with a wig.
Exactly.
Take it off.
Exactly.
I know who you are.
Not a fan of
Reindeer
candy corn. Not going to like reindeer corn. So yes, it is one of the worst candies of the holidays.
That's number 3 on the list.
Yes,
That's the third
not
worst
surprised.
candy.
Not surprised.
Candystore.com has an annual list. So I don't know how many of these are there all the time. But you know the Smack chocolate oranges, right? That's number 9.
That's not a good noise I'm making, by the way,
Yeah,
either. I do
don't
not
want that
enjoy
one.
those, no.
Peppermint bark is number 10. Is that like dark chocolate with little bits of
It's usually
candy cane?
white. It would be a white chocolate
Okay, yeah.
with the candy cane bits in it. And I'm not saying that's bad. It is very festive, but it's not one of my favorites. So I'm
And that's
not
the thing.
surprised it's on
I
there.
suppose you'd really have to take a look at candy, come up with 10 bad ones.
Yeah.
So, some of them are bad. When we get the top
Reindeer
5,
corn.
well, the top 3 for sure are
Yes.
bad.
Yeah.
Turtles have to be in there.
Not as bad ones.
No, they're good ones,
They would
yeah.
be near the top for
After
sure.
8s, I
Toblerone.
love Toblerone.
Toblerone, that is a festive candy bar. Used to be served with
Poppycock.
a Swiss chalet meals.
Yeah.
So you know it's going to be good.
Anything with like the Lindors, the little things.
You know what I always liked
Oh.
around Christmas was the toffees.
Toffees.
Toffees. Thank
Yeah,
you.
toffees.
That is
Yeah.
one of my favorites, and it always makes me think of Christmas.
So yeah, peppermint bark and chocolate oranges aren't good. Ribbon candy, number 8.
That was like the well, it looks like ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of wavy.
right. Not good.
No.
Any candy cane that's not peppermint.
See, and I would
Bad.
argue that because
Bad.
I do like the other flavors because you can get the butterscotch ones, which are good. I know I used to get blueberry.
Your black licorice, I like that. See again. So
So it's what you like too.
here's what I think.
Because I'm
the
not a fan of black licorice.
I think this is what it is. I think number 7 indicates you get a candy cane, you assume it's peppermint,
so when it's not,
and it's a surprise,
Okay.
and that's not good.
All right, that's fair.
So if I knew going in it was a mocha coffee flavor, then I get what I get.
Exactly, and perhaps maybe not as good as a peppermint candy cane.
Because I talk about the therapeutic uses of peppermint.
Oh, we've been talking about that the last little while.
It's a great thing.
It's
So
great. It's
what
very
a
soothing.
letdown if you don't. You expected peppermint and you got that.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Peeps.
Not a Christmas candy.
That shouldn't be there.
Nope.
So number 5 is old-fashioned hard candy mix.
Mix.
Remember Grandma
you know,
and
Grandma
Grandpa's
had the bowl. Yeah.
And she put it out just after Halloween, and it sat
It's out
there
well after Christmas
until
too.
Boxing Day. Then you came over on Groundhog Day, and it was still there.
Grandma's is still the same candy.
Lifesaver storybooks.
This surprised me because
Yeah.
that was a favorite as a kid. We'd always we'd have that in our stocking. But as you pointed out, they have gotten smaller through the years, and maybe not quite as many flavors or
Generous.
variety in
You just
the
get
in
10
the box.
rolls.
Yeah,
Now I think you get 6 smaller rolls. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Maybe you get 8 still. Reindeer cord, number 3.
Nope.
Number 2, chocolate-covered cherry cordials.
I've never been a fan of these. And again, I remember them at my grandmother's house.
Are these like the box?
The box with the chocolate covered, and they were kind of
Cherry
oozy.
inside, yeah.
Like they were.
No.
Yeah. No.
No?
No.
Give
we
me the
agree.
reindeer corn. Like, given a choice.
Oh, I don't know. I might take them over the reindeer.
And number
corn.
1, the worst chocolate or the worst Christmas candy is Christmas nougat.
Well, because I think
not
the
right.
argument's always there too. Is nougat really? Should it really be a treat anyway?
Is it its own?
Yeah.
With everything else we have, do we need
No.
that?
No. So I would agree with that. That and the Christmas cake, which a listener did message us about that too. The Christmas cakes.
And it wasn't the fruitcake, although it was. It was the abundance of rum inside. Like, Mom, you have 10 children. The woman had 9 brothers. So comes the line, gee, what
Yep.
else does your father do? But
Exactly.
10 children, and there's rum in the fruitcake. I could see why Mom and Dad want the rum
Yes.
with the 10 kids. But the brothers are
That could be
digging
why
in.
there's 10 kids.
Yeah, so she has bad
Yeah,
memories
no.
of the fruitcake.
I would agree. Not
a kid.
a favorite, but there are some good ones as we mentioned out there. So indulge in those if you can.
Plenty of those for you to enjoy. Then on the show tomorrow, it's our Throwback Thursday for Burger Revolution, where they've got their BOTMB, the Burger of the Month battle, going on. The chicken, is that like a chicken waffle burger in Trenton? What have they got on that?
In Belleville, it is the Reuben.
Reuben in Belleville.
The Reuben, and in Trenton, it is the chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffle
both
burger.
look fantastic. The waffle one just, I don't know, something about that just sounds a little more up my alley.
Breakfasty. For burgers.
Exactly, which would be great for us. So
Burger
we'll have
Revolution,
to try those.
they've got gift cards, they've got socks and swags and toques, make great holiday gifts.
You have the socks. You wore the socks when we had our big unveil last week. So that was good. That was very cool.
So remember the Burger Revolution over the holiday season, and we handed out tickets for the Bare Naked Ladies. They have their home holiday tour residency at the Mirvish Theatre in downtown Toronto, Thursdays through Saturdays, plus some album release cuts they're going to do on Sunday. So check their website. But in honor of them, they have lots of great people stop by and record with them. And two, one much better than the other, according to Charity.
According to me.
Favorites over the holidays are going to head tomorrow on Throwback Thursday.
And this was the basis of the comment yesterday when I came in and was greeted by, what kind of mood are you in this morning?
Charity, what kind of mood are you in this morning? And I just
want to gauge.
Fall from her face.
It always makes me a little nervous when Mark starts the day.
I don't know why you do
by
that.
asking me what kind of mood I'm in. And then it usually ends up in a rabbit hole. This one wasn't a rabbit hole, but this was more about poking the bear because
I know you.
I don't like.
I know you.
I do not care for the Bare Naked. I love the Bare Naked Ladies.
Of course, that's why.
I love Sarah McLachlan. And I love Michael Bublé.
Yeah.
Two of those together, fantastic. The other two, not so much. One of my favorite holiday songs are the Bare Naked Ladies with Sarah McLachlan and God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. So I went with that one this week.
Westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light.
Then they step aside, and up to the microphone steps Sarah McLachlan.
Born a king on Bethlehem's
Listen to that voice.
gold I bring to crown him again.
Sarah McLachlan, if you're listening to this podcast, call us.
I know. The next line is one of my favorites when she gets into the hallelujah.
I know.
Absolutely love it.
And she carries it through.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it was that song that I thought, I would really love to have that on a throwback because I'd love to hear it. So we played around with some of the themes, and out of that came the Bare Naked Ladies. But then, of course...
Yeah, then I went home and ruined her day because I love Elf's Lament.
Girls and boys, before you wish for what you
Listen
wish
to those
for,
lyrics.
there's a list for who's been naughty or nice, but consider the price to an elf.
Ladies and gentlemen, they step away. Here comes Michael Bublé.
Full indentured servitude can reflect on one's attitude, but that silly red hat just makes the fat man look outrageous.
Come on, Charity. It's the holiday season.
I know. And...
It's not.
I am
Would you
trying.
say that is your least favorite Christmas song of all of them?
It's one of them.
By
yes.
like a lot? Because
Yes.
I've never met
I
anybody.
have never enjoyed that song.
I've never met anybody who dislikes any one Christmas song more than I see you react to that one.
I just,
and
I
that's
don't.
okay.
I wish I could explain it.
Yeah.
I really did, because I love the Bare Naked Ladies and
Yeah.
I love Michael Bublé.
But for whatever reason,
together,
that
it's
one,
like nails on a chalkboard.
you
Honestly,
just don't know why.
Yeah. Maybe it was overplayed. Maybe that's what it was. I really don't know what the root of my dislike is.
It might be, and this is because of my psychology training, which I did online one afternoon all by myself.
For 5 minutes.
That the Bare Naked Ladies, Sarah McLachlan, is such your favorite song that anything else after that pales in comparison.
It could be. They're two very different songs. There's no question. Like they really get into God Rest You Merry Gentlemen, whereas this is more fun and boppy and Bare Naked Ladies-ish.
Right. Yes.
Which isn't bad, but you're right compared to what they did with Sarah McLachlan.
This is Enid Meets the Elves. That's what this one is. We've nailed it. We got it all figured out. Ed Robertson, the boys, we got it. You can call us too. Michael Bublé, if you want to call us, you can call us too.
But I will suck it up if people want to hear.
God Rest You Merry Gentlemen's winning though by a lot on our socials.
I'm going to pray tonight, and I'm going to fingers, toes, legs, arms, anything I can cross is going to be crossed tonight.
Winning song after the 8 o'clock news tomorrow morning.
Like the woman who we outed for Wham, I will hear it more times than I want to. The Elf's Lament, but it is what it is. And
We'll see. So get your favorite votes in there. It's coming up tomorrow morning. It's Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast. Thanks for making us one of the top Canadian podcasts in the entertainment
thank you.
on Spotify.
After 50 podcasts,
we got
there
some
we
very
are.
nice
So thank you.
numbers. Thanks for that in the Quinte region or wherever you're listening. We hope you enjoy the holiday season. It's up by 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time daily. Recorded here in Belleville, Ontario, Canada. Join us on the air tomorrow morning or through our website, wherever you are, at 955hitsfm.ca. Mark Philbin, Charity Brown, Mark and Charity Coffee Podcasts. Enjoy your Wednesday.